Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Critical Hitz Podcast, episode 24, the emergency episode. First emergency episode we have ever done, a part of the podcast. But, as always, my name is Pokey Scout.
I'm Genelec Gaming.
And this is Critical Hitz. As always, we hope you guys are having a very lovely night tonight. But we just had the biggest bomb dropped on us as collectors and as enjoyers of grading in our hobby. PSA, Collectors Universe, the overarching owners of PSA and Card Ladder and SGC just bought Beckett. Guys, this is the single biggest news we could have ever received in our hobby, especially with the ongoing situation that is PSA getting caught in the scandal. And before I get too deep into this, Genelec, buddy, what are your thoughts, man? Talk to me, because you sent me this, guys. It's 11:42 my time right now as we record this. PM, he called me as I'm asleep on the couch with my wife, and I get 7 messages. Bro. First thing I text him, what? I'm angry. This guy is like trying to wake my ass up right now.
This is usually the reverse. Usually he's the one like super amped, like multiple messages. I never do this to him. So he knew. He knew. I
knew it was an emergency when I woke up, and I was like, what do you want? And he sends me all the articles, every article that exists so far.
New York Times,
on PSA
Collector.com.
Purchasing Beckett. Dude, tell me, what are your initial thoughts? Guys, this is going to be a really, really long episode, but it's going to be a fun one because I want to see your guys' comments down below. Tell us right now, do you think this is the end of grading?
It very well might be.
You can't actually think that, though.
Dude, I don't understand how this, like... First, I don't understand why. Just why. Why, God? Let me put it this way. This is a problem.
Yep. Very big problem.
Now, here's what I'll say. This is how mergers and acquisitions always go. You guys don't know my background, but I work in this stuff all the time. So, anytime a company buys another company, they always say at the beginning, we're going to leave it all the same, right? They're going to grade separately. They're going to process separately. All of it's going to stay separate.
Yep.
Well, they're not going to leave it like that forever.
No.
Why would you buy them then?
Yep.
So at a certain point, I could very well see some of this starting to blend. The processes starting to blend. And you know what? We might even see some improvements on both sides. Right? You might see some processing improvements in time. Processing times improve because they have so much money at their disposal, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
However, that means that the two largest grading companies in the world are both owned by the same owner.
Yep.
And that's a problem because we were already talking about PSA and all the problems that they have and how they do population control on vintage, how there's so many scandals involving PSA right now.
Yep.
Now they go out and do this. In an attempt, I don't know, this was probably already in the works.
Yeah.
But what this means is that PSA now has an even larger hand in the pot over the grading community.
Oh my God, yeah.
So now the same decision makers, I'm not going to say the same people, but the same decision makers that tell PSA how to run their company are now telling Beckett how to run their company.
Yeah. Well, this is... Sorry, continue. I was going to interrupt.
No,
I
apologize.
You go ahead. No. You continue.
So, ixo facto, we might, like, I love Beckett. Scout and I were just talking about the fact that we might go full-time Beckett. They got the black label. They got good prices. They have nice slabs. Yeah, no, now I'm probably not because it's not even Beckett anymore. It's Beckett.
Yeah, yes it is. And guys, I know what I just said, messing around with Genelec. You can't obviously think this is the end of grading. No, we were talking about who we were going to go to full-time, okay? You guys already know this. I'm affiliated with TAG. I love grading with TAG, and I love their slabs, right? I love their services, and I love their population report. This is probably the last straw for grading with me because I have now, I think I told you this. I have 5 submissions at Beckett currently. I have 2 still pending at PSA. This is not awesome. This is not a like super great feeling knowing that now, in a sense of these submissions, right? This is helping PSA in a nutshell. Okay. Now I don't really want to pedal off my Beckett slabs, right? They do look great. I've enjoyed their services previously. It's just now they're tainted, which feels stupid to say. It really does, right? That Beckett is now tainted because of their new ownership. That is probably not the right word to use because PSA did acquire SGC. And
I think you're right, but who uses SGC?
Now that's primarily sports and the vintage items, so on and so forth. And they didn't change a lot of SGC. And now that they have, right, they changed ownership. They also changed some processing times, which is exactly what's going to happen for Beckett. So is this a great move for people who love Beckett? Absolutely, because Beckett's turnaround times, that is one of the biggest problems with Beckett is the turnaround times, right? And their customer service. No offense to Beckett, guys, I've got, 5 submissions with you. Your customer service is awful. It is absolutely terrible. There is no question on earth. PSA's customer service has been better to me than Beckett's has, which is crazy to think, right? Especially when you think of the size of PSA. And then because you look at the operation that is Beckett, granted, it's not the biggest operation on planet Earth, but it is still light years bigger than TAG. And TAG's customer service has been
it's fantastic.
Brilliant. Yeah. And they're a company that's only been around, 2.5, 3 years, right? Okay. Anyway, aside from
that's
that.
That's why people didn't use Beckett. It was the biggest deterrent to using Beckett was the customer service. People love the black label. They love the slab. The prices were standardized, so you didn't get upcharged. All that was great. But their customer service was the worst in the industry.
Yep.
So this is why I was saying, yes, things are going to change. They might even, the CEO of Collectors even said, we're going to leave their grading exactly the same. Like, all that's going to stay the same for now.
Yeah.
I hope their customer service doesn't stay the same because I got to give PSA credit. They've always had great customer service considering their size and scale.
Yep.
Right? Most of our gripes with PSA have to do with the fact that they do not have transparency in their grading service.
Yep.
And they should not be buying if they are an authentication service.
Buying and selling.
Buying and selling. Those are the 2 things. If you get rid of those 2, we love PSA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think
they're a huge problem.
Yes. This is, again, everybody's using this word now, okay? And everybody should be using this word. Monopolization of the market. That is absolutely what has happened here. Collectors Universe now owns PSA, Beckett, SGC. Okay. They have not put SGC in the running for one of the best grading card companies ever since their acquisition. Okay. Nope. But the thing with Beckett now is I think they are going to make Beckett a dominating force behind grading because I think what they're going to do is they're going to enhance their customer service. But what I also think they're going to do, which I'm not looking forward to, because Beckett did increase their prices a couple of weeks ago, I think that they're not going to standardize prices anymore. I think they're going to make Beckett at some point in the future do upcharge. Same way as PSA.
I think so too.
I do not think that they're going to stay with standardization. Label? Oh my God. That black label upcharge. But that's what I'm saying is PSA or Collectors Universe is not going to miss out on those profits. They are absolutely not going to take the loss. They are going to take just a little bit they're going to squeeze a little bit of juice out of that as much as they can.
People are going to do it.
Yeah.
And people are still going to do it. And you got to remember, PSA has also partnered with eBay for the PSA Vault and has also partnered with GameStop. So you have just this... this is just crazy to me now. Like, I don't know. If you're a member of this hobby and you're in this for anything, and I mean anything but investments, this is a bad thing.
Elaborate.
I mean, if you're an investor, this is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Because effectively what they're doing is they are standardizing your market and they're making it very simple for you.
Yep.
Right? All you have, it's just like the stock market. You're going to have guys go out there, they're going to study patterns, they're going to study cards, they're going to study upcoming sets, and they're going to be like, okay, they're probably going to pop control this, but it's still worth it. There's going to be mathematical models made. Like that, like all of it could be done because effectively it's all one market now. It all goes through PSA aka Beckett, aka SGC, aka eBay, aka GameStop, right?
Yep.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
yes, Collectors Universe doesn't own eBay and GameStop, but they're the two largest buying and selling. eBay by far is the largest buy-sell platform on the planet for Pokemon cards.
Yep.
So, like, yeah, it's just all in the same spot. So if you enjoy PokeScout or Game Boy Drew or Coop's Collection or any of these guys that sell as a living,
Yeah.
you have to understand these guys are going to have to contend with this juggernaut. So where your loyalties lie is going to be really important.
Yeah. And I think everybody's loyalties right now, I think what's on everybody's mind is, especially vendors, singles. I don't think anybody is going to feel comfortable making moves for graded cards as comfortable as they were last week. I don't think anybody is going to be comfortable making moves on graded plays whatsoever for at least the foreseeable future, probably till middle of January, end of January timeframe.
Which, you know what, I'm okay with, because the value of a graded card was way too high in comparison to a non-graded card, considering there was zero transparency behind that graded card.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
It's the same. I just want to remind people, it's the same freaking piece of shiny cardboard, right?
Yeah.
The shiny cardboard that's raw and the shiny cardboard that's inside that piece of plastic is the exact same product. The only thing that's different is one of them had a third party evaluate its condition to see is it centered correctly, are its corners good, does it have good surface, no surface blemishes. Like, that's all that it is. So they are authenticating the condition of the card.
Yeah.
There are singles out there that are probably just as nice because people don't get them graded because they don't care, and it's chilling in a binder.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. That's yeah, and I guys, this is a massive kick to the teeth for everybody in the hobby. No matter what you're into, whether it's One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. I know there are other TCGs out there that don't really focus on grading because they are more focused on being played, like Magic. I don't really know if the Magic community is really into grading.
I would say it's largely play.
Largely play. But still, this is a massive kick to the teeth. This really does suck because now it's going to be very hard for people to vote with their money, right? Because people want liquidity a part of their collections in some form, right? Or some percentage to be liquid. And I just don't think, I think this is going to rattle the market. I think this is really going to rattle a lot of people's nerves.
I think people, I don't know, man. I've watched people's tendencies. I don't think this is going to change much. Like, unfortunately.
Really?
I'm a little worried about it, but like, I saw a bunch of comments about games. I think people were commenting like, well, why don't you just don't sell it then, bro?
Oh, yeah,
right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, don't sell it, or like, why wouldn't you sell it to GameStop if they're offering you money? Blah, 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 blah. And we keep trying to spell it out, and it's like, okay, you know what, guys? If you want to be taken advantage of, like, this is exactly the way to do it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
And then they're going to say like, but vendors take advantage of you. No, they don't.
No.
No, they don't.
Massive difference.
I just so I don't know. I think that, let me put it this way. If PSA/Beckett develop a single black label and they develop a dig report, and they bring all of these resources together, I think being in the graded card game is going to be interesting because, how do I want to word this? I don't think it benefits them to continue to shave people and buy and sell themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So much so as controlling the market itself.
Yeah.
So I think that they will actually be very, very good about giving the right grades to the right people.
Oh,
for
yes.
almost every card.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's going to be instances of very expensive cards or cards that they see with huge growth potential that haven't spiked yet.
Yeah.
That you will see inconsistencies and mistakes and oopsies, that grade was actually not right. And so the way that you fight that is exactly the way the one guy did. You track it, You make sure, like, because if they come up with phony, cert numbers, right?
Yeah.
Like, they'll get caught. That's why the FTC is involved.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, okay,
Hypothetically.
hypothetically that hasn't been confirmed yet, but the FTC has got to. They can't ignore this, right? Like this is a monopoly. This is happening. Yeah,
this is
not
a huge company now.
Yeah, the FTC has probably been, and they were probably made aware of Collectors Universe's conversations to purchase Beckett long before we ever even considered as a community that PSA would be reported to the FTC. Okay, because the FTC, that element, they're not dumb. Right? They are seeing all this stuff happening months before, and I guarantee you, Collectors Universe has been talking to Beckett for months, man. Because when you think about maybe even years, right, about this move. Because when you look at we'll say the claims, right, the backlash and the recent grading fiascos from PSA, we were all waiting for some of these companies to step up and be like, hey guys, like the Pepsi and Coke commercials, right, in a sense of like Beckett versus PSA kind of battling it out, and Beckett did nothing. They didn't release a statement about their authenticity, like when CGC did the authenticated false card or fake cards, and then PSA put on their website our version of authentic means authentic or whatever, right? There was a dig at
100%,
CGC.
100%.
No other company did that. And now we know why. And it's because Beckett was in the middle of selling themselves to Collectors Universe. Like it all makes sense in these final moments. And it's just wild to think that we're sitting here. And I never considered this happening. Never.
I actually didn't either.
No,
I didn't either.
You could not have, if somebody would have told me a couple of months ago that PSA was going to buy, or that Collectors Universe, I'm going to stop saying PSA, that Collectors Universe is going to buy Beckett, never would have believed it. I would have needed to see it.
I never would have thought Beckett would sell. They must have offered them, let me put it this way.
They want the data, bro. They wanted the data coming out of Beckett. They want to see what is being funneled over to Beckett, because we can always see the numbers for how many cards are sent to each grading company per month. But I guarantee you what Collectors Universe didn't have was the numbers for, we'll say, One Piece or Magic the Gathering, or their grading metrics, and that's what they wanted. They wanted that data, so that way they can incorporate it into their grading.
All I know is, like, this just strengthens my love for tag. Because I
hate to say it. I think one thing that is going to happen is CGC and Tag and every other grading company that exists, even Ace here in the UK, they're all going down. I don't think they stand a chance. I think that Collectors Universe has monopolized this so well that unless the FTC steps in, no, dude, they're done. Like they're going to be so powerful that you just either don't grade or you only grade with them. I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
They only stand a chance if we speak with our wallets. That's what I'll say to the community. That's what I'll say to all of our viewers that are watching and listening. The only way that these other companies and these vendors stay alive is if you support them. This goes back to, if any of you have ever lived in a town where you have a burger shop that you love, that they charge twice as much as a double quarter pounder or a Big Mac. Yeah. And you say, you know what? The quality, the people, the service, the community, that's why I pay the extra $4 to $5. Tag's not even more expensive, to be clear. So, it's not a hard thing. The only thing that holds Tag back is that it doesn't hold value as high.
That is what is going to keep people from investing in Tag and speaking with their wallets. I think people would, and I hate to say it because I said it, I'm an affiliate with them. I think people would much rather just not buy graded cards than buy Tag now. Or CGC. I think that is exactly what is going to happen. And what I really want to do is I want to have somebody a part of Tag. I want to have the Tag leadership on the podcast to give us their thoughts about this situation. I would love to know what is going on in their mind right now.
Here's what I'll say. You know me, I'm a business guy. There's no way that the Tag value will ever be that much of a disparity with PSA, because what is stopping people then from buying Tag, cracking it, and submitting it to PSA?
They're probably worried about pop control.
Who?
The consumer.
But that's what I'm saying is like if I go take a tag 10 and I have a literal scan of the card.
Yep.
And it shows me it's perfect in every way.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I go submit that thing to PSA. I crack it. I submit it to PSA because PSA has hiked all the prices up because they're buying high. They're selling through GameStop high.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And I could go make a quick $300 if I turn a tag 10 into a PSA 10, right?
Yeah.
This is all hypothetical, by the way. There are almost no cards that sell in a PSA 10 that much more than a tag 10. Go look at the data. It's usually like somewhere between 10 and $50 in difference, okay? Depending on how much they are.
Yeah.
So, if PSA comes back to me and tells me it's a PSA 9, you know PSA is not credible.
Even so, I don't think that end consumer, I don't think it would discourage them from sending more cards off to PSA. I think
hope it does.
I hope it does too, but the problem is liquidity, man. There are too many people that are in the hobby right now that are focusing on the value of their collection because the value of your collection is being popularized by so many influencers. That's what's happening, dude. And that is the worst thing. If influencers got away from popularizing, showing off the value of your collections, it'd be different.
Never happened.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, and that's the ship that everybody jumped on 3 years ago. That is what happened when the Moonbryon exploded in price. Collector got super popular. Whoop! Everybody only cares about the value.
I'm gonna start highlighting commons and uncommons, baby. Look how sick this card is.
You are so goofy, bro. I appreciate your effort in trying to counteract this hype train of graded cards and whatever else, but you cannot do anything. And I hate to say it, I'm going to be pessimistic right now. It sucks. Guys, I don't want to be pessimistic. I really don't want to be. But that's the problem with the news that we just received is the two biggest grading giants are now under the same parent company, and they are going to dominate the market. Like, Collector's Universe gets to do whatever they want now. They have the data from both of the largest grading companies. They have, again, now control over the company that is largely dealing with one of the best upcoming TCGs, that being One Piece, right? And One Piece, and don't think, God, I'm trying not to be too goofy about this, but don't think that One Piece is going anywhere. It's not. Like, it is going to be one of the most popular TCGs on planet Earth. It's going to continue to skyrocket, and Beckett is always going to be the grading service that people use, right? And this is what I learned the other day as a buddy of mine here. He only sends his One Piece cards to Beckett. If anything gets below a 9.5, he cracks it and sells it as a single. Doesn't even sell it to doesn't even send it to PSA, doesn't send it to Ace. He only sends it to Beckett. If it gets anything below a 9.5, he cracks it. And it's like, I get that. The quality is so high that the value only stays in a 9.5 to a BGS 10. That's it, to a black label. And it's not, he was doing this in a way of like boycotting PSA because he's like, screw PSA. I don't like PSA. I only like Beckett. And singles are where it's at. And I sent him a message, haven't heard back from him yet. And I was like, brother, how we feeling? Like, what are we all singles all the time now?
Tag, CGC, and Ace all formed Optimus Autobot Prime and tried to make their own singular company.
No, it still wouldn't do anything. I don't think it would combat anything because one, now that the Collector's Universe owns the black label, done. Tag will never make anything similar to the black label. CGC's Pristine 10 sucks, and Ace will not adopt a black label or a silver label or a gold label, whatever, right? Collector's Universe did not buy Beckett just for the data. Like I said earlier, they bought it for the black label, man. I mean, that's what you're chasing. That is the purest form of, or that's the purest value in today's market, is a black label graded card.
Hey, man, all I know is I'm buying tag slabs. Like, I buy them at shows. I look at them, I see them, and I buy them. Yeah. And I think other people need to consider that too. I like them. I think they're cool slabs. I love that they give data. I love that they have a ranking mechanic to it. And so I will continue to buy tag because it is my personal collection.
Yep.
And also, if you know what, if my personal collection gets bigger and bigger and I can't offload stuff because nobody else wants tag, whatever. I still like tag.
Yeah, it's still our personal collection.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
So what I'm saying is if everybody else were to adopt a similar strategy of like, you know what, I like this graded card. It's not all about the money. Guess what?
What?
It would then become about the money again. Because if everybody wants tag, guess what? It's going to get expensive.
Yep. I agree with you, man, but it's so hard to not it's so hard to convince people to do that, right?
Listen,
right now, you will not convince more than maybe 5 of your closest friends to not send a PSA in Beckett.
I know. And here's what I'll say. Singles are still great because you can actually put them in binders. You can get singles displays. Like, you don't have to get slab displays.
Yeah.
So, like, the only reason that you got graded cards were to improve the value and authenticate the card if it was vintage. We've already talked about this. We've gone over why you used to grade a card.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, it is what it is.
Agree or disagree, this move by Collector's Universe was fundamentally a great move.
Ooh, okay.
3, 2, 1, agree.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant.
Oh my God.
Genius.
I credit where credit is due. I don't know how long they've been talking about this. As upset as I am that this happened, boy, oh boy, I want to know what you guys bought them for. Dude, Beckett could have just literally, a PSA could have wrote, or Collector's Universe could have wrote him a blank check, and Beckett could have just said whatever number they wanted to. I don't think the number would have mattered. I think that is how valuable the black label is.
Not just that, but with the PSA scandal, Beckett was the number one that people were going to turn to. Tag was going to get some of this too. Let's be clear. But Beckett was going to be the largest beneficiary of any PSA scandal. Yeah. Now, Collector's Universe has essentially hedged their bets. Anything that they go do on PSA that doesn't go well, people were going to turn to Beckett. And a lot of people aren't even going to know that Beckett is owned by the same company that PSA is. Yeah. So they effectively were like, oh, oops, we pissed those people off, but they just went over to the other company we own. Sweet, we still got their business.
Yeah, we still locked them in, man. They tried to avoid. No, dude, we tried to avoid them, and they just went and bought the grading company.
Yep, you and I both. We're like, you know what? Let's go give Beckett a try. Beckett will probably be our primary.
Yep.
Oops.
We played right into their hands.
So yeah, and again, you and I are informed. We're in the know, so we're trying to spread this to people. But do you know how many people are going to not know that Beckett is now owned by the same company as PSA? I would bet in the community alone, 80% of people will never know.
I disagree just because of how many posts we saw on social media on every single platform, and how many YouTubers are going to talk about this tomorrow. Like, this is this is an emergency episode we are dropping literally in 12 hours. I don't even think 12. I think I'm going to drop it in 9 hours. I'm going to stay up all night and just edit it. We're going to send it, because that is what is happening right now. That's how important this is for you guys to understand that Collector's Universe now owns the two largest grading companies in the world, then SGC, right? And they are going to continue this monopoly. They're not going to stop, and they are going to have so much power over us as collectors that at this point, it might just be time to call it quits on grading for a minute and just absorb your binder collections, right? And I'm not going to say pull a Wallamoose. Shout out to Wallamoose. That man, dog, when I saw his video of taking all the PSA slabs and selling them, he's like, nah, dude, screw it. Hey, card shop, what you going to get me? Come on, give me some of these in singles, right? That was funny. That was really funny.
I love that he did that with a card shop too and not GameStop. That was the extra middle finger. I thought that was hilarious.
The only thing that I wished in the moment is that he would have done it for a vendor.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but
he had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, this is not a dig on you, Walla. Absolutely not. When you went and did it to the card shop is great because you didn't go to GameStop. But to heighten it even more, would have been nice to, go to a vendor, right? And yeah, work on that. You know what I mean?
Maybe
Anyway.
I'll go craft all of my PSA 10 God rares. Because I have the Creation Trio, the gold V stars, PSA 10 set.
Yep.
And go submit all those to tag. I bet you most of them come back tag 9s though, because I think PSA was being really liberal with those grades.
Well, dude, screw PSA for being so liberal, and it's really funny because tag. I think I told you the recent PSA submission that I got. Right, that I did the video about was a collaborative submission, right? And the cards that I got back, 3 that I sent that got PSA 10s, I cracked out of tag 9s.
I love that. You should have documented that.
I should have, dude, but it was so, like that Charizard, that Paldean face Charizard, the Giratina V-Star, and I think the Entei from Crown Zenith. All 3 of them got tag 9s, and I was like, nah, man, PSA is going to give these 10s all day.
Yeah, 100%.
Which was really, really funny. But guys, in discussing this, we have to move on to one of the best segments and probably our favorite part of today's episode, and that is Gen 10 speculation. We know we had a bunch that came out from the Game Freak leaks or Game Freak files or whatever that happened a few months ago, but we've had a couple of different leaks, right? Some threads over on Reddit, so on and so forth, that have come out. And Genelec, have you heard any of this lately?
Wild speculation time! No. And as everybody knows, I'm not a huge spoiler guy. I'm not a huge leak guy. So we're not going to be going over like, have you seen the starters? Have you seen this? Have you seen that? This is going to, hopefully not, or else I'm going to be mad at Scout. But we will be going over like, what's the region based off of? What do we think they're trying to do with the gameplay mechanics? Like that kind of stuff, right? Like we're not going to be like, oh, they've named the 3 starters and they are Zyflagon, Horamadan, and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm trying to say?
Those were some crazy names, dude, but I think I like the first one. What was the first one you said?
Okay, so it's called Zyflagon. Zyflagon? I personally think they need to make a Pokemon world based off of music, and all of the Pokemon are like semi-instruments, and one of the Pokemon legendaries is based off of a xylophone.
That is very interesting. I don't think I would enjoy that. But
really?
What would you do for a piano? Would you do piano or keyboard? It would basically be clef key.
No, why don't you just do both? It could be gender. One gender is piano, one gender is keyboard.
Oh, so we're going to make the piano male because it's fat and bigger?
I didn't say that.
Oh, I'm just saying. I'm speculating. Wild speculation here, buddy.
And what if they brought like a Guitar Hero aspect to it as part of the game?
Ooh, oh my God, no! What if they did Legends of Zelda, dude? You have to have the right Pokemon in your party that create the sound to unlock the gyms. How awesome would that be?
So I'm saying.
Oh my God, that's such a new mechanic. What if you had that mechanic in Gen 10? We'll start it off right off the bat. Wild speculation here. What if in order to battle gym leaders or to do towers or to do rituals or whatever, you have to have the right Pokemon in your party and the right amount of Pokemon. It can't just be 6, right? And it's,
I like
6.
that.
But you know what I mean? Yeah,
I would be okay with like you should not be allowed to go in. I personally think you should have to go play each gym with the amount of Pokemon that is the number of the gym with a maximum of 6.
I love that idea. I was just hoping you were going to say that because I am battling Koga right now in Fire Red. And if I were doing a Nuzlocke, dude, if I were doing a Nuzlocke, I'd have wiped. Koga, dude, I forgot that his Weezing's level 43.
You did.
My highest level Pokemon was 38, and Muck tore through my team, dude. Tore through it. My Nidoking with Earthquake got punished at the end, dude. I was like, oh, this is so bad. Dude,
that's like the perfect counter, too.
It is, but I just used him for the whole time because I basically powered him up and all my other Pokemon. Even Blastoise was only level 36. Everything else was about 31, 32. So it was just sludge. everything got destroyed. Anyway, besides Koga in Fire Red and Leaf Green, I love the idea of that mechanic of having you can only have one Pokemon for the first gym leader, with two being the second, so on and so forth with a maximum of 6. That sounds fantastic. Your music idea, I would adopt if it meant you had to have the right Pokemon in your party to sing or whatever, or to complete challenges. And this is what I hope Gen 10 brings to us, is more challenges. And I even wrote this down. What did I write down? Oh, yeah. Trials, right? And so I'll ask you this in a second, but I think that trials leading up to gym battles would be so much more interesting. And even things like Avatar: The Last Airbender, to open the air nomads or air temples, you have to be an airbender because you have to blow air through the horns, yada, 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 and it blows the ball around.
You're talking like actual puzzles.
Well, so I think puzzles, but I also think trials. I think if you incorporated more of that instead of just like walking into the gym and then finding your way around a pattern, battling a couple of people, so on and so forth. It's cool, but they've been doing it for 20 years.
Didn't they kind of do trials in Scarlet and Violet though?
They did trials in Sun and Moon.
Well, like by name they did trials, but I'm talking about like you couldn't just walk up and play against the Scarlet and Violet gym leaders. You had to like the one I remember distinctively is running around the grass trainer Brassius's. What did you do in his town? I can't even remember.
Dude, I'm blanking because the one that drives me crazy is, and I'm forgetting all the information I need right now to be successful on this podcast, I'm forgetting. But when you had to run around and you got to, who was it that you had to go to the restaurant? Right?
That was Larry.
Yeah, that was Larry. Thank you, Larry.
Larry's my boy. I'll never forget my man Larry.
Yeah, no, Larry, completely forgot about Larry. But I can't remember Brassius. I can't remember what you had to do for him.
You had like I want to say it was like I don't want to say it was like running around and grabbing Wooloo or something, but it was something like that. I remember the ice type trainer. Is it Grusha?
Yeah,
I can't say it.
Yep.
Grusha. I believe you had to like snowboard or like bowl or I can't remember, but like you did something with the mountain.
Yep.
Right. So so they kind of introduced that a little bit, but I agree. I would love to see more in-depth puzzles.
Yeah.
I think that would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like in when you're doing a shrine in Legend of Zelda. Like, that's the kind of stuff they need to bring.
Exactly. Sure. Dude, what? 15 years ago they had us learn Braille to get useless
to
legendary
get the
Pokemon.
Reggies. To get the Reggies. Yeah.
No offense to the Reggies, but you were kind of useless back then. Right?
Reggie had a little play.
Had little bit, little,
like
I
mean, a little,
little, like
almost,
yeah. It was just, was
stretching
cool to have. That's what it was, right? Flash cannon, and that was it.
I mean, steel type. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, right. Hey, no, sorry, Reggie's. You were kind of useless 15 years ago. You're pretty dope today. Reggie Steele's been kicking butt in Pokemon Go for the last 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, he fell off.
Well, he did fall off, but originally he was pretty awesome. But anyway, okay, so back to the Gen 10 speculation. I think that is something that they absolutely need to incorporate, is more puzzles, more rituals, and
is
especially
it
going
into Storm or Sea and Wind?
It's Wind and Waves is the speculative title. But that might be the placeholder title. I don't know. On a scale from 1 to 10, what do you rate Pokemon Wind and Waves as a title?
I don't know, like the old boomer nostalgia side of me, which I'm not a boomer, but this feels boomer. I like the colors. So, like, going Wind and Waves is a little weird. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Is it more weird than Sun and Moon?
Yeah, because at least those are like, I don't know. Yeah, it is weirder to me, but I can't explain why.
Okay, because it's weirder because Sun and Moon are direct opposites and Wind and Waves don't necessarily feel opposite. They feel
Wind and Waves work together, baby. You don't have waves without wind.
No, I think you don't have waves without gravity and rotation. And the moon. I don't know if wind necessarily has a lot.
I don't know. You like if you think.
I think it complements it. I'm no scientist.
I sing my fair share of sea shanties, but I'm no pirate. But I will say, you always talk about like wind and waves kind of go together, right? Like you use the wind to go across the sea, and you have to battle against the waves. So maybe that's what they're saying. It's like the wind is going to be the positive force, and the waves are gonna. I actually hope they go a sword and shield mechanic.
Yeah,
where a sword and shield work together.
Yep,
I'd be down with like another. I kind of like it when the legendaries are on the same team.
No, I think that's exactly what they're gonna do. I think it'd be interesting because I did do an interview at one of the card shows here. Shout out to Yusuf. He said that Wind and Waves is an okay title. However, he likes land and waves a little more, right? Because it's not as complimenting to each other.
I don't think that they could do that, though.
Well,
Because that's
it's
Kyogre or Groudon.
Yes, but if you introduced new legendaries that work together and don't hate each other, right? Groudon's not yelling at you.
What about baby Groudon and baby Kyogre, and that's why they've been fighting?
That's no.
Oh my, like little teeny tiny, like Rababy and Kyogre, and they're just like, they're friendos, and then you ultimately make Kyogre Groudon friends at the end.
You basically want a crawfish and a goldfish to be friends and have the power to destroy planet Earth.
I don't see the problem with this.
I think it's a massive problem. I think it is very uninteresting. So, okay, 1 to 10, how do you rate Wind and Waves? Give me a number.
Oh, sorry. Wind and Waves just as a title.
As a title.
I don't know. They're pretty cool. Like, I think you could do some cool concepts with the legendaries. Like, I mean, those are like Wind and Waves, pretty sick. So, I'll give it a 7. I think it's very average.
You think it's very average? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's like on the high end, but it's definitely not like the worst.
Yeah, I think it's a great placeholder title, right? As far as, trying to get everybody to start thinking about the region and the leaks, I think it's an 8 out of 10. But as far as the title itself, I would agree with you and say it's a 7 out of 10.
Like, let's be clear. Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Dope. Like, if I heard Sword and Shield at this point, back before, Gen 8, I would have given that a 9. Right? I'm like, I'm pumped. I can't wait to see the legendaries of Sword and Shield.
Yep.
I don't know if I would have been happy that they made them doggos or not, bluntly, because what I think, I don't know. I go back and forth on whether they should have been like more like Ceruledge and Armorage, where they're a little bit more bipedal and such.
Okay.
They almost kind of threw us through a loop where we kept asking for non-bipedal starters and non-bipedal Pokemon.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, hey, Sword and Shield, we're going to make them, we're going to give them 4 legs.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, whatever.
That's fine. I think they executed Sword and Shield really well. I think it's great names. But I think with this Wind and Waves and it being modeled after Greece, I think we're going to get a Centaurus legendary, which would be really cool. If they don't do that. I want them to at least give Tauros another regional form. If they give
us, I don't care what they give us as long as they give us the Colosseum.
And in what manner? Are you talking about like Colosseum just like battling? Or are you talking like you want to see like Colosseum and Labyrinth? If they incorporated the Labyrinth, a part of rituals, and like all the gym leaders are in random places of the Labyrinth, and it's literally not like one solid, or they're not set in stone, where once you enter the Labyrinth, you have to go all the way to go defeat that gym leader, because if you retract and you go back to the Pokemon Center, the Labyrinth resets. If they do something like that, that's incredible. But anyway, back to you.
I would be so, I mean, there is so much that you could do with Greece.
Oh, yeah.
When you think about all the Greek gods, when you think about all of the stories from ancient Greece and Odysseus and like the Odyssey and all that, like, whoo, dude, it could be so good. It could be so. That's why I think Wind and Waves is interesting, because that makes me feel like they're going to talk about a lot of they're not conquests. I don't remember what they were called, but basically adventures that happened for different heroes as they left Greece.
Oh,
so what if they
go like the Trials of Hercules?
Trials of Hercules. What's the name of the guy? Perseus. Right when Perseus go like to the underworld, like you have so much you could do. Like what if they told all of these stories as a part of the game?
That would be awesome, but I would want it to be like cutscenes from like Halo or Call of Duty with voice actors. That's what I want, and I think Gen 10 is setting the stage for doing
voice acting no matter what.
No, but I think they're setting the stage to do exactly that, to tell stories a part of that, and using the voice actors and cutscenes for when you reach parts of the Labyrinth. And I think this is why it might be called, Wind and Waves, is because of Zeus and Poseidon and Hades. They're going to use that brotherly aspect, right? And I don't think the third legendary will necessarily be, the ruler of the underworld. I think it'll be the ruler of the Labyrinth, right?
I would be so down if it was the ruler of the underworld, though.
See, that'd be cool, but then you have...
Give me a legend... What's our last legendary ghost? What's our last legendary ghost?
Legendary... Ooh, legendary ghost. Giratina. Yeah. This could be it. You're right. Oh, wow. This could be the legendary ghost that we've been waiting for since Gen 4.
Now, hold on. Yeah. There's always balance in the Pokemon world.
Uh,
Who is the balance to Arceus?
Wait a second. Are you trying to lead me to Eternatus? Is this what you're trying to lead me to?
No.
You're trying to lead me to Giratina?
No. Neither. I'm trying to lead you to Arceus's counterpart that is the destroyer, the leader of the underworld, whatever you want to call it. If Arceus is God and the Holy One and the one who created all, who is his opposite?
You've got me stuck here. I'm stumped.
He doesn't exist yet.
Oh, bro. Wait a second. Okay, so I'm assuming that this, where your headspace is at, is we're going to have Arceus as the overarching, element to Gen 10 with, and I'll say it like this, the Guardians of the Underworld, and what divides the, Underworld from Arceus's domain is the land and water on Earth. So what I'm assuming is you are saying we're going to have Arceus with Arceus's counterpart locked in a cage somewhere, and the guardians of the cage are going to be the god Pokemon of the wind, the waves, the so-called Zeus and Poseidon of Pokemon. Is that what I'm hearing? Did I interpret this correctly?
Yeah, and we're getting a 700 base stat ghost type legendary, baby.
That is not happening. There's no way they do that.
What typing was Arceus originally before he gets a plate?
What do you mean, normal? Well, all of them? No, his plates make him all of them.
He's normal.
Yeah.
What doesn't do damage to each other?
What doesn't do damage to each other? Jesus.
Ghost completely resists normal, and normal completely resists ghost.
Oh my god.
Oh, so
my god, no.
So they are equals. We are getting an Arceus equal that is from the underworld.
Bro, wait a second. That is not possible. That's not happening. Oh my god, that'd be so cool though. Could you imagine 700 base stat ghost legendary, the equivalent to Arceus with background though. I want to see a background battle in a sense. But how does that happen, right? If they are equals, how do you establish the story of creating? Okay, so you're telling me they're basically going to write Arceus with plates and the ghost just didn't get anything?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm already shooting holes into this theory. I don't want to, buddy.
I mean, potentially, like, in all honesty, the ghost legendary could have just been okay with it.
Oh.
He's like, whatever.
Oh, really? You think so? Okay. I mean, yeah.
Let me put it this way.
Depends on how they write it. Yeah.
I mean, Hades doesn't love Zeus, and the reason that Hades, is okay with it is because Zeus had a slightly stronger weapon, right? Like he had the Thunderbolt or whatever it's called.
Well, Hades is never okay with it.
Right. And so what I'm saying is without the Thunderbolt, they were pretty close to equals, right? Depending on what story of Zeus and Hades you're going after, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're watching Record of Ragnarok right now, shout out Record of Ragnarok, they are actually closer to being equals.
Yeah.
And Hades is fine with being the king of Helheim. But sidebar. So it could have been that somebody gave Arceus the plates, and the plates are what put Arceus over. And now somebody's like, that's not fair. Let's go give the plates to the ghost type legendary, and you're having to foil that plan. Because if whoever has control of the plates has the typing advantage.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much, dude. I'm in. I think that is one of the best ideas you have had, besides the light typing idea.
Oh, yeah, you're still not over the Holy episode.
Dude, that was great.
Was that episode 10?
That was you and I, we were synced, bro. We were synced. It was biblical, okay? The moment we're sharing right now is not yet at that level, but we're getting close, dude, because that would be so cool. You just gave me another
idea.
What? Tell me it has something to do with being biblical. I'm in. Come on, talk to me.
It does.
Yes,
bro.
Hold on. Okay.
Hold on.
I'm syncing up right now. Come on, make eye contact.
wind and waves and biblical. What do you think of?
Noah's Ark.
What
A
do you
flood.
Noah's Ark.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
Now, I don't know how that ties to Greece at all, but that doesn't matter.
No. Okay. So think about this. Perseus's ship. What was it called? Remember that he took heroes with to go and do his.
I don't know, man. That's like how are you smarter than a fifth grader question? Okay, I need to ask the audience. Chat, comments, help me. What was Perseus's ship's name? I actually don't know.
Chat, I'll let you guys drop that down in the comments below, and then Genelak can come back and see to it later, and he'll answer all those. Or he'll respond to all those answers.
I'm done.
But don't look it up. Do not look it up, man. We're going to continue with this. No, don't do it. But I think that would be really interesting, a part of, I don't know, a build up for the main character, right? Whether or not the main character, I don't want the main character to be Noah, but I want there to be an incorporation of him being the main character, moving along the flood or preventing the disaster.
Can they do that though, or do they have to be kind of hands off because it's religious?
Big deal. What do you mean? People, as far as the religion aspect of Pokemon, I have met people, still meeting people that were like, I growing up, I couldn't play with Pokemon because it was anti-Christ and it was anti-religious and all kinds of other stuff, and there was magic and so on and so forth. So it doesn't matter. If I were the Pokemon company, I wouldn't care. And people need to stop being so damn sensitive. That's just
Have they done any other religious stuff in Pokemon though? Like, have they done anything with Buddhism or Hinduism or like any other?
I'm certain if we looked up certain elements of it,
you probably could find it.
You could probably find it, but it's hard to avoid, right? Religion's been around for thousands of years. So whatever stories were told 1,000 years ago are going to be established stories that we're going to copy. So who cares?
Now I have a question for you.
What?
Agree or disagree?
Oh, my favorite segment.
Okay, agree or disagree? If Gen 10 doesn't have voice acting, it will be a disappointment.
Oh man. Oh, give us a countdown, buddy.
3, 2, 1.
Agree. Yeah. Oh,
I think it's time, dude.
Time. Yes, it was.
I think it's time.
It was like the discussion we had about remote trading in Pokemon Go, right? How
I was gonna say
it's a little late, right? I'm excited about it, and I actually am in Pokemon Go every day now, sending gifts. Which you haven't sent me a gift. I'm mad at you about this. You haven't done it yet. I've sent you. I went out of my way to do this. I even texted you my handle to remind you.
That's right.
But I'm very excited about that. But the right time to do that was 3 years ago when they were discussing the sale to Scopely. Voice acting should have been established in the games for Scarlet and Violet, if not Sun and Moon, because of the lull. Well, Sword and Shield, right? Because of the lull, a part of the anime. Okay,
I agree.
Well, because Black and White wasn't a very good anime, right? Sun and Moon was pretty good. They had a couple of movies come out, and they actually did fairly well because they did the Master Journeys, and they introduced Go and so on and so forth. But Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet time frame, with this boom, a part of the Pokemon TCG, incorporating voice actors in cutscenes, a part of the games, would have brought in a whole new, well, I'm not going to say new, it would have brought in a lot more people back to the games to enjoy similar aspects to the games we're already playing.
I'm a little worried they're not going to do it.
I don't think they are, which I will be disappointed, but it's not going to get in the way of me trying to enjoy it and playing it.
No, I mean, I'll play the game, but like, I think I've seen reasons why they don't do it, right? Because like it would cost a lot because they have to do it in so many different languages, or blah 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 blah, or they want people to use their imagination and put their voice to the words, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, dude, I don't need to do that. Like, you tell me a story here. Let's do this. You know what I mean? Like I would love to know what Volo was supposed to sound like. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't need to wildly speculate that.
Yeah, dude, the reasons that you just gave, right? And I know they're not your reasons. Those are bullshit. Absolute bullshit. There's no reason for that. Oh, it's going to be too expensive. I'm sorry. You're charging $75 per game for a game that you just sold 12 million copies of. Get over yourselves.
I agree.
You have so much money in the pipeline. I don't want to hear that excuse of, it's going to cost too much. Voice acting's not going to be worth it.
Dude, there's a chance voice actors do it for free.
Dude,
I'm not even kidding.
I would, oh my God, could you imagine? Here's a dream. I would love to be a voice actor for one character, and I'll do it for free. Like, just some side character.
I would too.
Dude, I will say 6 words. That's it. You could have me say 6 words. I'll do it for free. Pokemon. Matter of fact, What do you need from me? You need me to record it
Now,
on
to be
this?
clear,
you need me to email it in? Whatever.
Now, to be clear, voice actors, we're not saying that what you do is not valuable. And if you are a voice actor, you should definitely be charging the Pokemon Company, a multi-billion-dollar organization. Yes. All we're saying is people are that passionate about it. And I see people doing voice acting TikToks and Instagram Reels as content. They're like, I did the voice. Like, this is how it would have been if there was voice acting. And I watch it, and I get shivers.
Yes.
I'm like, ooh, this is so cool. I would die for this. Yep. Like, you think about what Elden Ring did with the amount of copies it sold.
Yeah.
And how screamingly awesome that game was.
Yep.
I think Pokemon has the opportunity to be that. Obviously, a very different type of game. But, like, you would have people falling out of their chairs if you upped the graphics and you upped the production quality and added voice acting.
Yeah. I 100% agree, and I think that even the second reason of what did you say? You said voice acting, it was going to be too expensive.
The
imagination. No, screw it. Are you kidding me? I've got to imagine me not working every day. Okay, I imagine the most random stuff on the daily. I don't need to imagine during my video game playtime. I need you guys to give me what I want, and I will enjoy that. Okay?
Entertain me.
Yes, exactly.
No, I mean,
I'm not paying $75
right? Like,
to imagine being entertained. I want you to entertain me.
I think they try to make the argument that it's more immersive, right? Like, if you're doing the reading and putting voices to the characters. I just don't know if I agree with that.
No, that is not more immersive. Absolutely not. You are watching and listening to a game, right? This is kind of like the sense of me watching an anime and just reading the subtitles.
Yeah, versus hearing their voices. Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't like that argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can see the argument being made that it's more immersive because you're reading it. It's like, oh, it's a book. No, I'm reading the book because, well, one, they haven't made it into a movie. You know?
I mean, apparently, but here's the thing. I don't even know if I could speak on this because apparently I'm a heretic in the anime space because I like dub over sub. So
okay. As somebody who grew up watching sub and then watched dub, you know, later on in middle school and high school because I wanted to enjoy the English voice actors. Now in my older age, I am watching primarily dub because of how good the English voice actors are. Like Dawn to Dawn, Solo Leveling. Like Alex Lee, shout out to you, buddy. We've mentioned you a couple of times, but you are leading the charge on the English voice actors here, along with Bryce Papenbrook, and I'm blanking on the other gentleman that did Sword Art Online and did Hunter x Hunter. Oh my God, it's going to come to me later on. But you know, you guys that are blazing the trail for English voice actors, you are the reason that I am watching in dub right now. So it's not that my love for sub is gone and that, you know, we should be thought of as heretics, but it's because of the elements that they're introducing and how good they sound in our own language.
All I'm saying is they already have voice actors like for the anime and such. So I don't understand where we got away from it in the game. So I think we both agreed that it would that the game itself, Gen 10 itself, would not be a disappointment.
Yeah.
But we would be disappointed that they didn't put voice acting in there.
Agree. Well done, buddy. Yeah. I think.
Anyway, what were we talking about before that?
Well, I have another agree or disagree.
Okay.
If you don't mind, would you
I
do
mind? Not.
You do not?
I do not mind.
All right, buddy, don't worry. I wrote this one down.
Here we go.
Agree or disagree, Gen 10 should give us more Trials content, like the Labyrinth. 3, 2, 1. Agree. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You convinced me earlier. Like, if it really is about Greece, there's so much content that we need in this game, it needs to be a big game, right? Like, this is not a spin-off game. This is Gen 10. This is the 10th generation of the mainline series. This should be a thick with 10 C's game. So yeah, I want Trials.
Yes.
Trials.
I think that is the best way to put our excitement for Gen 10. And the next thing that I want to discuss is the legendaries for Gen 10, more specifically what theme they're going to follow. I mentioned this earlier. I would love a Centaur legendary, right? But I would also like a Minotaur legendary. And this is why I want to talk about this, is because Arceus is basically just a horse, right? Arceus doesn't have what other forms does Arceus have besides its horse holy form.
Well, we don't really know because that's just an avatar of Arceus.
That is the avatar. So what
Yeah.
would the avatar of the underworld look like? Would it be a minotaur? Right? And then the waves, would it be, or the, wind and waves, right? Would the wind be an eagle-esque, or would it be
Have they ever done
Sphinx
anything
legendary?
skeleton-like?
Skeleton-like. Let's think for a second, buddy. If we go back and we say
Mr. Mime is the
Mewtwo,
closest they've gotten
Mr.
to.
Mime, yeah. I don't think they've ever done a skeleton.
They've done ghosts.
No, wait a second. Oh goodness, no, never mind. I was thinking, not Grievard. Help me out here. I was going the graveyard path.
No, Graveyard and Houndstone.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the closest that they've gotten, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think if they were to incorporate another underworld bit, they'd have to go a little skeletal
like
route.
That.
Yeah.
They kind of have to, right? Like skeletal necromancy-esque.
Yeah. But would it be like shrouded in cloaks like Darkrai?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think it would be really cool to see a Minotaur-esque, underworld avatar for Arceus's direct counterpart, then a Centaurus, land bit, like say Wind and Waves isn't the name, it's a placeholder name, and it is like Land and Waves or something like that. Wind, it has to be a Sphinx or some eagle or something.
Yeah. I mean, if I think Wind and Waves, I think of, there's a couple like Greek things.
Okay.
But the first thing that comes to mind for me are the sirens.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
So the sirens are the first thing that come to mind for me for thinking Greek and waves.
Yeah.
From a wind perspective, it's got to be what's the name of the eagle that Hercules takes out?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
The Symphonian eagle or something like that.
Yeah.
Like there's a
Yep.
Yeah, or something like that, or a griffin. We've never had a griffin-based Pokemon, and I know people have called for a griffin-based Pokemon for a very long time. So I think they could knock it out of the park if they did. Here's what I don't want.
I feel like they got really close with Necrozma with Solgaleo. I feel like that, even though it was just lion,
close.
I feel like that was their intention. Was
but a griffin is an eagle, right? That's all I'll say.
Okay.
But here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I don't want them to do.
What?
And this is coming from Charizard boy, Dragon Hype Beast guy. I do not. He's very excited. Please do not make a dragon type for the waves.
Yes, dude. Oh, you just made my day.
We've done enough. There's so many dragon type legendaries and pseudo legendaries.
Yep.
Like let's get either a water type or an ice type. I don't care.
Yep.
But as a guy, and again, I love dragon types.
Yep.
Wind and waves with those names, do not give us dragon types.
Yep.
Just don't.
Okay. Here's the obvious typing in my mind for Wind and Waves based on Greek mythology. Okay.
I'm worried that dragon's coming because dragons fly and dragons swim. That's what I'll say.
Yep. I think dragons. Okay. Let's not be so pessimistic here. I do think that the dragon typings are coming for Wind and Waves. I think that's the very obvious answer, right? Because dragon is the most overpowered, overpowered typing, right? And if Arceus were to, need help in a sense of battling and maintaining order over an underworld Pokemon or an underworld counterpart, he would use dragon types. I think that just makes sense. Now, if it wasn't dragon types, for wind, it is going to be flying and lightning. That's more than likely going to be the type they do. I'm sorry.
Scout, you just want that. You just want big Kilowattrel.
No, I think that's what it's going to be. Okay. And then I think the water is going to be finally a water steel type.
Ooh. I mean, you know how I feel about Empoleon. I'm all about it.
No, but I think that would be awesome. Water steel type, because we only have 3 of them? Empoleon, and then maybe just Empoleon. I think Empoleon might be the only one.
You said 3, and I was like, if you name the other 2, I'll give it to you, but I don't know any other water steels.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because in my mind, I was thinking Prinplup. Prinplup.
Straight water.
She is straight water. Yeah, so it's just Empoleon.
Empoleon is unique to the water steel type, which is why I rated him so high on our rating tier.
Yeah, and everybody was super mad at you. Everybody was saying that you were a fool.
Well, Who's a fool now? It has a unique typing in the game.
Yep.
You dunces.
Wait, okay, so do you not like the wind and lightning? Or flying and electric typing for the wind?
I actually do like it. I think it's really good too. I think that's such a strong typing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, what is electric's only weakness?
Ground.
So taking that away, it just makes it so busted. It's
Yes.
like probably is that the best defensive typing in the game, actually?
What, electric?
Electric flying.
Let me think of some other combinations real quick.
Rock, because
Fighting
flying
fairy.
is super effective. And electric becomes neutral, because
Yeah.
electric resists electric.
Yep.
So what's super effective against flying? Rock, electric, ice.
Yeah.
So
And electric resists two of those.
No, just one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So what you're doing, and then electric's only weakness is ground.
Yeah.
So you get rid of that completely. You completely negate that with flying.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So now you have a defensive typing that has 2 weaknesses. Rock and ice. That's it.
Wow. That's awesome. Could you imagine if they gave it the stats of Lugia?
Well, that's why Emolga can sometimes be used in Pokemon Go. And Pokemon Go is a little different because you can't fully resist anything. They got rid of that in that game, which I actually kind of like. I mean, I'm trying. And Empoleon's defensive typing is very defensive.
Yep.
Fighting and ground are super effective. Is there anything else? Fire is now neutral.
Yeah.
Oh, electric.
Electric.
So electric flying is the best defensive typing?
Yeah, I think it is.
What about Steel Fairy?
Originally, I said Fighting Fairy, but I think Steel Fairy might be equivalent because fire is your only weakness. You resist fighting. Poison.
No, you're
you
neutral.
Yeah. Then
ground.
Yeah,
it's ground and fire.
Ground and fire. So those are the 2. Electric.
So it's so you're on par with Fairy Steel as a typing. The 2 new most defensive typings in the game.
Wow.
And to be clear, electric and flying are way better offensively for stab.
Oh,
way
yeah.
better.
Yes. So
flying's busted.
So flying and electric, and then if you wanted to balance them out, I think it would have to be water and steel.
Why is Thunderous not better?
Oh, wait a second. You're right.
Why is he not better?
Oh, by the way, I hate those designs. I hate those Pokemon.
Yeah,
except their Therian forms.
Why is he not better? I'm very confused all of a sudden.
Aren't his stats awful? I thought he had primarily defensive stats.
I'm going to look him up.
Huh. I never thought about that. Really never thought about that. Is he flying an electric typing?
He's electric flying, baby.
Oh my god, he is.
Oh, well, first of all, he's a really weak legendary. 580?
Yeah, his stats are awful, but he's more defensive than offensive.
Total base stats are worse than the pseudo.
Yeah.
Wait. Is this because I'm looking at the wrong form? Let me look at the Therian form.
Yeah, look at the Therian form. It
nope,
might only
Therian
be
form is also 580.
Yeah.
Why do we have a legendary that has less stats than a pseudo?
Well, here, check real quick. I'm curious. Is he more defensive built? I could have sworn that was one of the reasons I never used him.
Nope.
What's his special attack?
Well, let me look at... Are you asking for Incarnate form or Therian form?
Both.
Okay, Incarnate is 79 HP.
Yep.
115 attack.
Okay.
70 defense.
Yeah.
125 special attack.
Oh, okay.
80 special defense and 111 speed.
Jesus.
He's actually pretty good.
Oh my god. Was that his... which form was that? Therian?
That was Incarnate.
Okay, that was his
Therian
Incarnate.
form, you lose a little speed.
Yeah.
But you gain special attack. And you lose a little attack, and that also goes to special attack. So he's a special attack nuker at 145.
And you're telling me that he still sucks? 580?
I mean,
that's his base total stats?
His base total stats are 580.
That's same as Arcanine.
We were correct. He has two things. It's ice and rock. He resists electric and ground fully. He's immune to 2 things. And he resists grass, fighting, steel, bug, flying.
Wow.
Everything else is neutral.
Wow. Yeah, dude, that Pokemon would be a Hank. Actually, they might do that. Pokemon Company might have just said, you know what? We really did mess up with these dumb birds, right? These dumb Therian forms, whatever.
Genies?
Genies. Sorry, I couldn't think of that word. And they might do a flying electric and then a water and steel. And they'll probably give the water and steel, help me out here. What's the ground type ability? Or not the ground ability.
Levitate?
No. That's for
Levitate makes it so you resist.
Yeah.
Levitate makes it so you resist ground.
Well, okay, yeah, but most flying Pokemon have that, is what I was trying to say. But what's the ability that they resist electric type attacks, or not electric type attacks? Help me out here. It's not electric rod.
Lightning rod.
Lightning rod. Thank you.
No, you're right though. It makes it so that electric doesn't do damage to you.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it's going to be something like a Kyogre Groudon-esque, where Groudon has not Sunny Day. Oh my God, I am stupid. I need to play more games. Help me out here,
dude.
What is it? I know I'm blanking, bro. Like, you have no idea how many games I've been playing outside of Pokemon, which is why I'm on such a Pokemon spree right now. Help me out. What is Groudon's ability that basically just evaporates water?
So they have different abilities. Groudon's is what's it called? No, it's something day.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I can't remember what it is. It's not Sunny Day. Sunny Day is an attack.
Drought.
Huh?
It's drought.
Drought. That's what it is. Good.
And when it goes to primal reversion, it's called Desolate Land.
Desolate Land. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, guys, we got off on a really big tangent there. Really big tangent.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast. Hope you really enjoyed that segment.
By the way, Kyogre, for anybody who's wondering, it's Drizzle and Primordial Sea.
See, I knew Drizzle. Drizzle was an easy one. That one's on lock, but for some reason I couldn't think of Drought. You don't like Primordial Sea as a name?
I think it's amazing.
Okay, I was going to say, that's like 10 out of 10. Honestly,
yeah,
if we were to rank the name of abilities, oh my God, dude.
They're both up there, actually. Desolate Land and Primordial Sea.
Desolate's such a good word, too.
What's a Rayquaza's?
Rayquaza's?
Or Rayquaza, sorry. I'm teaching myself.
Couldn't tell you what Rayquaza's is. I'm not saying Rayquaza.
Airlock.
Airlock?
And then it goes to Delta Stream, which creates strong winds, making flying types resistant to ice, rock, and electric type moves.
That is awesome.
This is what I was saying. They need to nerf that Pokemon, dude.
I think they will. I think they will nerf Rayquaza. But before we get into another tangent, let's continue in the Gen 10 speculation.
Sorry.
No, because we would sit here and we would talk Rayquaza. We would talk about him for hours. Talk him up.
Yes.
And
yes,
honestly, we would come to the conclusion that he needs to be nerfed.
Probably.
Yeah.
Good old Rayquaza, right? Rayquaza.
I'm not saying that. I can't do it. I have to say Rayquaza. I grew up saying Rayquaza. I'm going to say Rayquaza till the day I died. Rayquaza.
I love it.
No, hey, Pokemon Company, sorry, you're wrong. Whoever made the Pokemon, you're wrong.
He says, hey, you're wrong.
Yeah, right?
Okay, sorry, where were we going?
Dude, I can't remember. All I know is that we were talking about different forms and different typings for the legendary Pokemon.
Oh, we were talking about the legendaries for Gen 10.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so you were saying Sirens, right? We're not going to go into Cyclopses. Yeah. Kingdra is already the so-called staple seahorse of Pokemon. Let's see if we think of any other
You could do a chariot-themed Pokemon too.
Oh,
that's more Roman.
I know.
They were all over Revavroom. That's all I'm saying.
Who was all over Revavroom?
Pokemon Company was.
Oh, I thought you were saying like people, dude. Varoom and Revavroom. No, not some of my favorite Pokemon. Duraludon and Archaludon.
It's like
I'm not like. Super
I will say
happy with
Revavroom is my favorite Pokemon to say.
Revavroom?
Yeah.
Is it
Revavroom.
really?
Can you imagine just saying that? Say that 3 times fast.
Varoom. I like Varoom more than I like Revavroom.
Well, yeah, because you could do just Varoom, Varoom, Varoom.
Yeah. That's as a kid. Vroom, 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 vroom.
I'm so surprised kids don't like Vroom and Revavroom more.
Yeah.
Vroom, vroom,
oh yeah.
I would.
Dude, actually, okay, I just saw this thing. Sorry. Okay, we're on another tangent here. But real quick, I saw a video of a guy who asked a young kid, he goes, "What's your favorite cartoon?" And the kid goes, "What's a cartoon?" I'm not joking, bro. I saw this. I saw this the other day. I was like, "What's a cartoon?"
What do we call them now?
Dude, he was like, He started naming it. The older guy was like, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. What do you watch? And the kid was like, I watch YouTube. I was like, there's no way. So it got me thinking, do you think that kids are watching the Pokemon anime, and will the Pokemon company bring in a better anime or a better protagonist for Gen 10? Do you think that will be a focus? Do you think Gen 10 will be something they look at redesigning the anime, redesigning the TCG, the VGC, the anything, dude? I'm so curious, because I was listening to this conversation and I was like, oh my God, I grew up watching Pokemon as a cartoon. It wasn't an anime in a sense. It was a cartoon. And this kid said he doesn't watch cartoons. And I started looking around at stuff, and it was literally like people on TikTok and Instagram going, kids don't watch cartoons these days. Or at least they don't call them cartoons.
I mean, okay, so first of all, here's what I'll say.
What?
No, they're not going to do anything with Gen 10 towards the main storyline. They've never done it before. They're not going to do it now. And honestly, it's not a problem that kids are watching it on YouTube, because they post the episodes to YouTube, don't they?
They do. That's how I'm watching it. That's how that's how I am watching it.
They post all the episodes to YouTube. So YouTube is just another streaming service for kids. So that's fine. Yeah. Cartoons, nobody calls them cartoons anymore. That's true, right? But I got nieces. They be watching Paw Patrol, Bluey. So cartoons are still around for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that you would. Pokemon isn't a cartoon in a sense. It's an anime.
Yeah.
Right? Like cartoons are like Tom and Jerry. Like you know what I mean? I know. But here's my question to you. I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Was the Fairly Odd Parents a cartoon?
Yes.
Okay, because that's I think that's ages 6 and above.
Okay. Avatar: The Last Airbender, was that an anime or a cartoon?
That's an anime to me.
Okay, so technically it's classified as a cartoon. Now, what about Digimon?
Really?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Those are both animes for sure.
Okay, so I have to double check, but I think those count as cartoons.
There's no way that Digimon with the Digimon named War Greymon, he nukes a world, is a cartoon. What are we doing here?
I got to double check, because when you were watching them on Cartoon Network, right, BBC, Nickelodeon, so on and so forth, they were classified as cartoons, and I think today are still classified as cartoons. But anyway, not to just get off. Oh, what do you got?
I want to be very clear about something. I know, people always argue about what's stronger. There's who would win in a fight between War Greymon and Charizard. Let's get this very clear. We're a Pokemon channel here, but War Greymon clears the verse.
Yeah. Oh,
verse.
Yes.
You got guys. What are we talking about here? Okay. Yeah. There's no.
Yep.
So
it's like people arguing about the big three when they're like, oh yeah, Bleach, he's not as powerful as Naruto and Luffy. And it's like, no, dog, I'm telling you, Ichigo would fart and he would blast the Naruto universe and the One Piece universe into oblivion.
Power scaling is such a silly thing to me. They're like, but Luffy could just imagine whatever he wants. Yeah, but he doesn't.
Yeah. But
that's now you guys, he doesn't know that that's his power yet.
Yeah, but now wait a second here. We've got to consider Terapagos being multiversal.
Why? Because he broke out of a Master Ball?
Well, no. I mean, because we were talking about how he's bringing in all the ancient. We are going on such a big tangent right now. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, when you start thinking about power scaling, Terapagos is literally grabbing Pokemon from other dimensions, right? So now Pokemon.
So does Hoopa.
Well, but now Pokemon is multi-dimensional. Well, I guess you're right. Yes, Hoopa was grabbing Pokemon from different dimensions, but the power scaling of part of Pokemon is now infinite because they introduced that multiversal aspect.
But they're just pulling stuff in. This is just like teleportation. They're not manipulating dimensions the way a multiversal character would. That's what I would say there.
Okay. All right. I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like Saitama, if a One Punch Man punches and he rips reality, that's like a multiversal, or at least a universe level character.
No, that's multiversal.
You know what I'm trying to say?
That is definitely multiversal.
Is it? I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
That's reality warping. Absolutely, that is multiversal. There's no question. But you're talking about the DLC. There are Pokemon over level 100 now.
That's okay. I'll give you that. Right? I will give you that. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, we were going on a tangent, guys. This episode is dedicated to Gen 10 speculation. Oh, wait a second.
Gen 10 speculation.
What?
Gen 10 speculation.
What?
They changed the power level cap.
Oh my! No, they can't. No, they won't. They won't. It's okay. No, it's no. Okay.
Yeah!
Part of the Gen 10 is it being the 10th anniversary of Pokemon. They're going to hold true to some things, right? I think they're going to hold true. God, you're so dumb. No, okay. You know what? I could see them raising the power cap.
Imagine everybody just getting their Charizards to level 666 and leaving it there.
Actually, could you imagine your underworld version of Arceus is just level 666 when you catch it? Wait a second. No, dude, think about this. Okay? The islands, because they're talking about Greece being multiple islands, right?
Yeah.
Each island is, in order to get there, you have to battle your way through the labyrinth. And battling your way through the labyrinth is how you level up your Pokemon going to each island. What if they do make a dedicated, because it's supposed to be between 16 and like 40 islands. What if they do it where each island is like a level 20 scale or a level 15 scale, where the new level cap is like 150 to 200? You might be right.
I get the feeling that if they don't give us a labyrinth, you're going to be really, really butthurt.
Oh, I'm going to be so butthurt, dog. You have no idea.
You guys need to buckle up for that episode. Yes. Whatever episode that is, that's going to be a 45-minute scout rant, and we need to be here for.
Oh, okay? My God. I'll cry. I will cry live on the podcast if they don't give me a labyrinth.
You will cry. You will scream. A desk punch will occur.
I'll throw an adult bitch fit. 100%. Oh, the Pokemon Company will never hear the end of it. I will start an aggressive letter writing campaign regarding why they did not introduce a
letter writing campaign.
You think I'm joking? A labyrinth is what would make this so successful. Could you? I mean, think about the scale, the sheer size of adventure that you are giving to your customer base, especially when you're talking about 16 to 40 different islands. How are you going to incorporate these islands? Yeah, this is going to be a stupid ass way to incorporate islands if you're just swimming and doing underwater. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I would love underwater, which they already confirmed we are going to have underwater battles and underwater travel, so on and so forth.
But why do that when you could just play in one singular city?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on episode 24 of the Critical Hitz Podcast. No, dude, absolutely not. I know that you have enjoyed Legends Z. I haven't played it yet, but staying in one city just doesn't sound super appealing. Now, granted, I could be very wrong about that because you've been enjoying the hell out of it.
But
when you match them together, okay, a labyrinth, and even if they incorporated a labyrinth in like Legends ZA, where it's like, hey, guess what? You're only doing it in one city. But now you get to go in this tunnel, and this labyrinth takes you, and you can battle it around, yada, 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 right? And then you can do mining in the labyrinth. Oh, my God. Getting Roman and Greek treasure. Bring mining back from Gen 4. What? Oh, my God. That's how you're getting your items.
Bring back the secret base. Bring back the secret base.
But that's how you're getting your items, dude, is you are actually digging for Roman and Greek treasure. Oh, my God. This is the greatest thing ever. How are you not losing your mind right now? This is awesome. I mean, you're getting new scales. That's how you're finding. That's how you get the plate. Arceus's plate.
Bro, I refuse to get excited because I just know we're not going to get it.
Okay. If you refuse to get excited every time you expect disappointment, you will never live a happy day in your life. All right. I'm living a very happy day right now because I am getting excited about things that might not happen. Okay, I would enjoy this. Actually, if anybody ever watches this episode and you are a game developer, you're a Pokemon developer, okay, please God, make something like Hoopa Unbound. Okay, like that game in a sense. Make this dedicated Greek version and do everything that I'm saying. I'm begging you. I would actually pay you 6 months' salary. 6 months of my current salary, I would pay you for that game. I think that'd be the greatest thing ever. I would never stop playing that game. It could truly never end. Pokemon Company has introduced so many different aspects of part of the lore behind Pokemon with now multi-dimensional power scaling.
I'm about this passion.
Level. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I'm so passionate right now. You got me on one, dog. You just put my rump over a fire and I'm going.
That's what I'm about.
Anyway, yeah, okay. Sorry. I hate to have dropped that line on you guys, okay, but I felt like that was necessary.
No, hey, you know what? Every once in a while, we have some good moments on this channel. Okay, we're trying to teach you guys a little something amidst our anarchy, chaos, and fun.
Well, I don't know. None of this is anarchy or chaos. Tell me right now, is any of what I just said anarchy or chaos? This is fundamentally some of the greatest ideas that Pokemon could pull in. And it's not even like we're coming up with these ideas, okay? This is stuff that you just open up the Iliad or the Odyssey and you read it and you're like, oh my God, what if I just threw a Pokemon in this? That's it. Like, what if they had us battle a Cyclops?
That'll probably happen.
Well, but they're having us battle rogue Pokemon in Legends EA.
Yeah.
They're going to incorporate rogue Pokemon. Actually, agree or disagree, the Pokemon Company is going to incorporate rogue Pokemon into Gen 10. 3, 2, 1, disagree.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I'll say, I don't think it'll be exactly rogue Pokemon, but I mean, we've had boss Pokemon for the last couple of games, right? Yeah. Like when you think about Great Tusk, and some of the stuff in Scarlet and Violet.
Yep.
I guess you had the Dynamax dens a little bit in Sword and Shield, but like those weren't story based.
Yeah.
So I mean, they kind of were. So yes, they will have some kind of boss Pokemon mechanic, but I don't think it'll be rogue. Like rogue anything.
It would be super interesting if they tried to incorporate that, right? And like I just said, in the sense of like them battling a Cyclops or something like that. I don't think they're actually going to put a Cyclops in Pokemon, but, do a boss Pokemon like that.
Sure.
Or a rogue Pokemon that you have to defeat in order to travel through the labyrinth. Yeah. No, so I agree. I don't think there's going to be any rogue Pokemon.
Scout, one other question I have for you. What is the best gift you can give a Pokemon fan for Christmas?
Oh my God, dude. Best gift. Okay, right now, I hate to say it, but Legends EA, like the Switch 2, because the Switch 1 is so outdated. So the easy answer is Switch 2 combined with Legends EA.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, if you're not getting that, I would say, I don't want to say trading cards, but of course, like that's
either.
Yeah, that's an easy answer. If you were to get a trading card based gift, you should definitely get a collection box, right? Don't get a booster box or an ETB. Get a collection box, something that comes with some promos.
Get a little variety.
Can enjoy. Yeah. And don't do a like Paldean Fates collection box where it's only Paldean Fates. Do a collection box that has like 2 or 3 different sets with 4 different packs. I think that's a very simple, $20 to $30 gift. But yeah, outside of that, you have to get the mainstream games, or I mean, if you want to, splurge a little bit, get the old retro consoles. There's a lot of people on Instagram right now that are selling retro consoles for, I want to say it's like $200 to $300. Now it's not a Switch 2, which you could spend that money to go get a Switch 2. But they usually come downloaded with like 20,000 games, and a lot of them are Pokemon.
Yeah, I like those. Like, they're not, would we call them simulators? What would we call those? They're like the handheld emulators. I like those. You could, to his point, they're very nice. They're backlit. They have vibration to them. Like, they're a very nice handheld that could play thousands of games. So it's pretty sweet. I will add one more to your list because I saw somebody talking about this. There are certain Lego sets that are Pokemon themed. Like, there's a Gyarados one and a Charizard one. And I'll say, if you grab a Lego Pokemon, like a good looking one, that's super fun because you can build it with them. And I think that's, like, so I don't mind you saying the TCG stuff if you rip it with them. Yeah. Right? Like, that could be fun. But I think that the Lego, super underrated, like the Pokemon Lego stuff.
Yep. And now if there was a different trading card game or something that was fun, like a, I don't even know. I'm not going to say like an adult. What's the super raunchy adult black and white
Cards
game?
With Humanity.
Yeah, Cards with Humanity. No, don't get them like a Pokemon. I wish
there Cards Against Humanity. That's what it is.
I wish there was some version of like Pokemon Cards Against Humanity or some other Pokemon game that was like the trainers and the Pokemon-esque where, it was like a story. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting too far into the weeds, but I think that'd be really, really fun. But
that's our Christmas list.
That is our Christmas list.
Pokemon Christmas list.
Yeah. And guys, we haven't decided whether or not we are going to record a Christmas-based episode. Hopefully we do get the chance to.
I'm putting on a Santa hat.
You're going to put on a Santa hat? Okay, guys, we are going to publish a Christmas episode, hopefully next week. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the conclusion of episode 24 of the Critical Hitz Podcast. My name is Pokey Scout.
My name is Genelite Gaming. And this has been Critical Hitz.
Thank you guys so very much for watching, and have a very, very wonderful evening.
Happy holidays.
Peace.